This is my first time in Ethiopia.
I think it's time we fly somewhere warm. Ethiopia, here we come.
We are in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, guys. It's a lot going on.
Honestly, this is not what most people imagine when they hear the name Ethiopia.
It's gonna be the next big country for skateboarding in Africa.
I'm about to show y'all a drone shot of Ethiopia. It looks crazy at night. This is insane. Oh my gosh, y'all.
We talked about nothing but town development. Why we couldn't do what they are doing in Addis Ababa.
Ethiopia is changing quickly. In a short time, streets that used to be narrow and crowded have been expanded and reshaped. Parks, open spaces, and public areas have appeared across the city. Modern buildings and commercial spaces are rising where older structures used to be. These changes show the effort the city leaders are putting in to improve the quality of life for residents, and also to strengthen transport, services, and support social and economic growth. A new phase for the capital. Ethiopia's transformation is driven by a series of major public projects. The most talked about are the Addis Ababa Corridor project and the Smart City project. These are large-scale efforts by the city administration to redesign major traffic routes and expand public spaces throughout the city. The Corridor project began in 2023 with the goal of improving mobility and public facilities. The first phase focused on central areas, but the work soon expanded. By 2025, more than 132 kilometers of roads across the city had been redesigned, along with more than 2,800 hectares of land turned into parks, services areas, and public facilities. The work included road widening, drainage systems, sidewalks, benches, and spaces for small vendors and local activity. This design is to make key paths safer, easier to use, and visually cleaner than older, crowded streets. This corridor development happened alongside the Smart City project, which plans to modernize the way public services operate. New roads were designed with built-in routes for buses and bicycles and prepared for digital infrastructure such as traffic sensors and smart lighting. Several major intersections and squares have been rebuilt with modern seating, planted green areas, and dedicated pedestrian paths. The transformation is not limited to roads, though. Major new public spaces have been created. These include parks, plazas, and landscaped areas that give residents places to walk, rest, and socialize. Spaces like Shega Park gives the city a large green area near the center that residents can use for walking, exercise, and gathering. On the edges of the city, Entoto Natural Park, a 1,300-hectare area near the mountains above the city, has been developed with hiking paths, picnic areas, and lookouts that draw families and tourists. Central City Upgrade. Beyond roads and parks, major new mixed-use districts have taken shape. These combine housing, offices, shops, entertainment spaces, and public services in planned areas that bring people and activity together. One of the largest of these is the Chaka project in the Yeka subcity. Covering more than 500 hectares, Chaka includes new boulevards, public squares, retail zones, residential areas, and an artificial lake with walkways. Designed to draw families and visitors, the project adds new commercial and leisure space that complements existing city activities. Local observers have noted that Chaka hosts cultural events, markets, and community activities that help bring people from across the city into one shared public area. Mixed-use zones like these often include commercial and service offices as well. This means that people who once had to travel long distances for work can now find jobs and services closer to home. Leaders have also tied these urban upgrades to broader national development goals. Ethiopia has a strategy called Digital Ethiopia 2030, which supports modern public services and better infrastructure in cities. Under this strategy, public works are expected to include digital access, real-time traffic feeds, and better public service delivery through online platforms. This means that works such as lighting, traffic signals, and public kiosks are being adapted to use newer technologies. Part of the government's goal is to make Addis Ababa more attractive to investors and visitors. The city hosts many embassies, international agencies, and foreign business offices. City leaders have said that a modern image could help Ethiopia compete for foreign investment and international events. According to reports, local infrastructure and public facilities are expected to increase tourism because the city feels more accessible and safe.
Ethiopia's travel and tourism economy grew by 48.6% in 2018, the largest of any country in the world.
Public transport and mobility improvements. Improving transport has been another major priority. Addis Ababa's light rail system, which began operations in 2015, has been expanded and connected more directly to new corridors. Expanded bus routes and dedicated bus lanes are helping commuters reach work, school, and markets more quickly. On major upgraded routes, dedicated bicycle lanes and safe sidewalks give people more options beyond private cars. City planners said that expanding these options helps reduce congestion and promotes health by supporting walking and cycling.
Cycling is beneficial because it is environmental friendly, economical, and it has a health benefit.
Improved transport is not only about speed, but also about connectivity. By linking different parts of the city more directly, residents can access services and opportunities that once required long travel. This means easier trips to hospitals, schools, banks, and government offices. Housing and relocation support. One of the most discussed parts of the city's transformation has been how existing residents are included in the changes. As older buildings and informal housing were replaced by new constructions and wider roads, many families moved into newly built housing units organized by the city. City authorities have said that relocation was carried out with planning, notice, and support. Households affected by redevelopment were offered newly constructed housing units in nearby locations. Many of these new homes included modern features such as reliable water and power connections, proper sewage systems, and community facilities that were not available in older homes. According to reports from local offices, relocation programs aim to ensure that people had equal or improved living conditions after moving. Compensation and support measures were provided to help families adjust. Some households chose to sell their replaced properties at fair market value and use the funds to secure independent housing elsewhere. These efforts were widely reported in local media and acknowledged by many residents, who said that the improved housing and infrastructure made the moves worthwhile.
The home they gave us is better compared to our previous one.
For many families, new homes were an improvement over older, crowded dwellings. Modern housing near upgraded roads and facilities offered better access to services and jobs. Jobs and economic impact. The scale of the construction alone has created thousands of jobs. From road workers and landscapers to electricians and cleaners, many people found temporary work during the peak of construction. According to several local news reports, the development efforts had created work for more than 47,000 residents during the busiest phases of corridor development. Alongside direct construction work, there has been growth in service jobs near redesigned areas. Street vendors, small cafes, and service shops have appeared in places where foot traffic increased after the road and park projects were completed. More than one business owner told local reporters that foot traffic in these redesigned areas helped their daily income compared to before.
1,000 deliveries have been made, with 100 new users signing up every month.
Economic growth and local business expansion. The transformation of the city has also supported economic growth. The construction phase alone generated thousands of jobs in building, landscaping, electrical work, utility installation, and project management. Local workers, contractors, and laborers benefited from these opportunities, gaining income and experience. After the completion of upgraded corridors and public spaces, new opportunities for business emerged. Retail shops, cafes, service outlets, and small offices have opened in previously underused areas. Planners said that increased foot traffic in upgraded corridors helped small business growth. People now spend time in public spaces, creating demand for cafes, food stalls, and local services. Mixed-use developments have drawn offices and businesses that offer employment across sectors. Local entrepreneurs have expanded into sectors such as logistics, retail, hospitality, and professional services, taking advantage of better transport, higher visitor numbers, and easier access to customers. City and national economic data show that urban growth has contributed to strong overall economic performance. Improved daily life and public services. When you walk around the upgraded parts of the city, the changes are easy to see. For many residents, the benefits of urban improvement show up in daily life. Roads that once had informal stalls and uneven paths are now straight, paved, and lined with trees. Wide sidewalks now carry families, children, and groups of students, giving them safer walking routes. While dedicated bus routes aim to reduce congestion during rush hours, making the morning and evening commute more predictable and less stressful. Expanded transport routes give people more ways to reach job sites, schools, and healthcare facilities. Public services have also improved. Many upgraded corridors include modern drainage systems that reduce flooding during heavy rains. Street lighting has been placed along major routes, increasing safety at night. New signage and better road markings help drivers and pedestrians navigate more easily. City parks and open spaces offer venues for exercise, family time, and social gatherings. Places such as Shaga Park are now popular evening and weekend destinations for urban residents. Families bring children to play, elders use walking paths for exercise, and social groups gather for community activities. In central areas such as Meskel Square and Bole, many residents and visitors say the city feels cleaner and easier to navigate. Meskel Square, once a large traffic junction with limited seating, now has defined pedestrian space with landscaped areas where people sit, meet, and rest. In Bole, a major commercial area, streets have been restructured to allow for better traffic flow and planned parking. At the same time, new plazas and parks have become social spaces. Young people use these areas after school or work, while local sellers set up small kiosks to sell snacks and drinks to passers-by. These public areas also host events that draw people from across the city. Outdoor concerts, markets, cultural festivals, and sports gatherings are now regular sites in newly developed plazas and parks. Urban growth in a national context. Addis Ababa's transformation is part of a larger picture of growth across Ethiopia. The country has one of the fastest urbanization rates in Africa, and Addis Ababa has played a central role. Increasing urban population and economic activity have created demand for better infrastructure and services. By focusing investment on major urban projects, national and city leaders have aimed to support continued development. Improved infrastructure in the capital also helps the wider economy by supporting trade, attracting investors, and promoting tourism. International agencies, investors, and diplomats who visit the city often comment on the changes.
Deputy Minister for Works and Housing is in the chamber today. Recently, I was with her in Addis Ababa, and the trip that took us from our hotel to the AU headquarters, we talked about nothing but town development. Why we couldn't do what they are doing in Addis Ababa. 3-4 lane roads with walkways where the ordinary Ethiopian can also walk.
Africa can learn a lot from this and apply this method to city upgrade.